Joining us today, we have Coach Kenny Brooks and our student athletes, Tony Morgan, Tiana Key, and Amelia Hassett. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Brooks and then open it up for questions for student athletes.
I don't think I've ever been prouder of a group of young women. Been coaching a long time, and what they've been able to do this year hasn't been easy. You know, we had to kind of reinvent ourselves, and then reinvent ourselves. And all the while, they did it with, you know, positive attitudes and came to work every day to just try to make us better. And in the process, we got to know each other, love each other, and, you know, throughout the year, I thought we had a tremendous season considering everything. So tonight wasn't our night. You give credit to University of Texas. I thought they came out and they played, you know, extremely aggressive, good basketball. And but I'm very proud of our kids for the fight that they continue to show throughout the basketball game. And I think this is going to be, you know, the start of something special for us.
Again, we'll open up for questions for student athletes, so please raise your hand. As a reminder, please state your name and media affiliation.
John Huang, NOLA Media. This question is for Tony. The game got away early from you. What did you see in those first few minutes that made it so hard for all of you to settle in?
Texas is a good team. They brought a lot of pressure early. They got transition points. That's how they went on their run for the most part. So they got away from us in the first half, and we weren't able to reel it back into the second half. So, yeah.
Caroline Mikauskis, Lexington Herald Leader. This is for all three of you, I suppose. What was the difference between that first half and that second half response when you guys came out a lot stronger?
We'll start with Tiani.
I think, you know, our biggest thing that we were talking about during halftime was just staying together. Like, we're not a team that's ever just going to roll over and let anyone, you know, do that to us. So I think just us coming out, you know, staying together, you know, fighting for each other, playing for one another offensively, defensively was the biggest thing we were talking about because, you know, they came out and then punched early, and we just had to stick together.
Yeah, what Tiani said, obviously, but we just wanted to play hard, finish the season the right way, and we talked about just being available for each other, being there for each other, staying together, and just finishing the game.
Yeah, they hit it on the head, yeah.
Again, if you have a question, please raise your hand. Look.
Yeah, if all of you wouldn't mind reflecting, Alexa Philp, ESPN, reflecting on just the season, ups and downs, how do you think you'll remember it? And hearing Coach Brooks say how proud he was of you all and your resilience, kind of what sticks out about what you were able to do together?
We'll start with Tony.
I like to say this was a great year. I mean, we're not going to hang our heads. We made it to the Sweet 16. Is that where we wanted to end? No. But we stayed together through all the ups and downs that we faced throughout the season. We stayed composed. We kept fighting through all the things that was thrown at us, and I couldn't be happier than to do it with this group.
Yeah, exactly. We had a lot of adversity, Tiani obviously getting hurt, different things like that, but we just stayed together. We had so much fun. The season was amazing. We obviously enjoyed each other's company, had a lot of fun off the court, on the court. So, yeah, it was a great season.
Yeah, I think this year it's such a good group. Everybody, we really care about each other. So I think it's definitely going to be hard to say bye, but you know, what the foundation we were able to lay in Kentucky, the life we were able to bring back into women's basketball in the in the university was just unmatched. I think you know, when Coach Brooks and his staff said yes to coming, and we all, you know, took a chance with them, I think that was the best decision, you know, any of us could have made, because it really does mean a lot to be a Wildcat and just to be, you know, with this group. I think this is honestly just a floor. I'm super excited to see, you know, what this group with Coach Brooks and his staff is able to do with, you know, Kentucky, because, I mean, this is only the second year and it's only going to keep getting better, and I'm just super excited to keep watching. It's gonna be weird watching, but it's gonna be amazing, and I'm just super excited to have been a part of something so special.
Thank you for your time today, ladies. And we'll open it up for questions for Coach Brooks. Again, if you have a question, please raise your hand.
Brett Ramsey with the Kentucky Colonel. Coach, what can you say about your two-year seniors and the role that they have played in redefining the expectations of the basketball program at Kentucky?
We're in an ever-changing landscape of just athletics in general, transfer portal, NIL, everything. And I've been extremely fortunate to have my two-year seniors cause me as much emotion at the end of a season that my four-year seniors that I've ever had caused, because those two in particular, they were sitting up here, they took a chance on me, on us, the vision, came here blindly excited for what we could accomplish, and even through adversity from the very first week we were here, they've just adjusted and adapted in a way that has really made me extremely proud to have been their coach. And they're going to do wonderful things in life, and part of it is because of their experiences here at the University of Kentucky. So it is getting harder, and it's getting harder to really get attached to kids, with the relationship part of it, just because they might be here for a year, and they're gone. But those two really impacted me and this whole program and this university in a major way in their short amount of time here, and they're always going to be a Wildcat, and I think they're going to be remembered for a very long time.
Caroline Mikowskis, Lexington Herald Leader. Coach, with the understanding that the end of year two is still very fresh, how would you grade the first 2 years of your Kentucky tenure, and what gives you hope going forward?
It's been unbelievable. It's been everything and more of what I've expected. I didn't have to leave. I didn't have to come here. I had a very comfortable situation, and I wanted more. I wanted to be on this stage. I wanted to be on this stage consistently, and we've continued to get the support that allows us to be able to do that. In a very short amount of time, we've attracted tremendous young people to come in and represent the University of Kentucky, and I think that they've done it in a magnificent way, and that's only helping us as we go into the future, because we're able to recruit and attract, similar type players who are very good at basketball. And I said this to somebody yesterday, and it kind of sounded funny when I said it out loud. We've been ranked every day that we've been here. And that's tremendous, a testament to my staff, to the support that we've been given to be able to go out there and put Kentucky women's basketball back on the map and be able to go out there and compete against teams like Texas, like the South Carolinas. And so I love my time. I love my time that we've spent here. I would call it a tremendous success. But we won't rest on our laurels. We'll get ready. We'll probably be talking about some stuff for next year when we're on a plane going back. And but that's how hard-working group that we have, and I think the future's bright for us.
Ryan Black, Louisville Courier-Journal, kind of following up on what you just ended with there, Kenny. Obviously this is a step forward from last season, from the second round to here, but you've been to a Final Four before. What is it going to take to get to that next step and get to that final weekend here?
Well, things are different. You're going to need continued support. There's got to be an investment in your sport, because it's changing. It really is. And you don't have to have the top of the top to be able to go compete. But you got to have a really good investment and a lot of just confidence instilled into your program. And I think that we can win. We can attract, the top level competition, or the players to come here. We have 3 McDonald's coming, All-Americans coming in next year. We have an All-American center coming back next year, and obviously we'll do our due diligence in the portal. But we're excited about taking the next steps, because we weren't just happy to be here. And I've been to one Final Four, and when you've been to one Final Four, man, you're gonna scratch, claw, fight, do whatever you can to get back, because it's a tremendous experience, and it makes you want to continue to get back there. So we know what we need to do, and we're going to get after it. And our goal next year is to go a step further.
Alexa Philp at ESPN. This is kind of a question more so about the game, but having faced Texas earlier this year, watched them throughout the season, and seeing how they're playing right now. Do you think this is them playing their best basketball? And, if you look forward to, what they could do potentially long term, how do you see them kind of progressing?
They were on a different planet today, especially that first quarter. They came out and they were aggressive. They play right to the rules. The rules allow a certain level of physicality, and they play right to it. And they don't go over it; they play right to it. And today, I thought they did a tremendous job of pushing us off of our mark. Their transition was really good. I think it was a combination of their transition offense being really good and our transition defense not being so good. But they capitalized on everything. That team that Vic has, and Vic's one of the best coaches in the country, and that team is as well constructed a team as I've ever seen in women's basketball. I mean, they just keep bringing them in and out, and you look at Madison Booker, and I mean, she's like a mini KD. When she rises up, it's just I just shook my head a couple times. And then you add the element of Roy Harmon, who has gotten a lot better with her shot, and she's getting in the lane, and she hit a 3 today, and she knocked down some shots. And then you have a budding superstar who may be as good as both of them, and will continue to get better and better in Jordan Lee. And then you look at their size on the inside after the shot is missed, and they're there to clean it up. So they have to be the favorite or one of the favorites. I haven't had a chance to see UConn play this year, but I know that Texas is playing on a different level right now.
Yeah, Ryan Black from the Louisville Courier-Journal. Kenny, when you look into next season, especially the point guard position, with that, do you just tell the transfer portal people, just look at the film the last 2 years? I mean, I've had a point guard set the single-season school record in assists back-to-back seasons. So, I mean, what more of a recruiting pitch do you need than that?
You want to say that again so everybody in the back can hear you? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, I mean,
all the recruits.
I'm just stating facts. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not doing your job for you. I'm just stating what's out there.
No, you know what? I think we have an attractive style. We do have a McDonald's All-American coming in. She's going to need some help, but I think we are an attractive program. Not only because of the university and the fans, the Kentucky brand. I think you add our style into it, and it allows kids to be able to showcase who they can be. We had Georgia Amore last year, who got drafted number 6 in the draft. We'll probably have a couple this year. We'll probably have one or so next year, and it's because we're able to help these kids elevate themselves in their games, all the while win basketball games for the university. So we're excited for the future, and we want to enjoy this one right now. We do lose a lot. We lose our 5 seniors who are near and dear to us. I lose my captain of my ship who brought me here, and the reason that I came here, Mitch Barnhart's going into a different role at the university, although he has promised me he'll still be around if I need him. And heck, I even lose my beloved trainer who goes behind the scenes. There's so many different things, man, that I had a trainer for 2 years, and I know you guys don't know who she is, but her name is Courtney Jones, and she has been, absolutely wonderful for our program to help elevate it. And all that matters, but still there's so much excitement that is surrounding our program right now and what we're able to accomplish. We've had some really good wins this year, top 5 teams we've beaten already. So that just lays the foundation for who we can be, and we'll be back and we'll look at this game and we'll learn from it. It's not just a shellacking that we took and we moved on. We're going to watch this and we're going to learn from it because we want to be where they are at this point in the season.
Time for one final question.
Kenny, John Huang, NOLA Media. How close is your program to having everything that you need in order to be able to compete consistently with programs like Texas? What specifically do you need?
Well, we're close, and I talk about the investment. I talk about just the confidence that we have from our administration and what we can do. And like I said, I'm not one of those guys who's going to sit up here and say you have to have the most money to compete. But you need to be able to have the investment put into you, and then it is my job that I have to spread it out the right way. I have to make good decisions on kids, bringing them in, and that's how you're able to compete at different levels. So that's something that we'll take a long look at. You learn from each and every year, but I do think we're close. When you have, the Lisa Leslie finalists for the top centers in the country, there are 5 on that list right now, and 4 of them are seniors. And the one that's coming back is coming back to us. And so that gives you a leg up right there. And we have to surround her with some really good players, and we will. But to answer your question, I think we're really close because of those factors and because of the investment, because of the University of Kentucky's brand, because of the excitement that surrounds our program. And we're going to capitalize on it. We're going to capitalize on it. I'm going to ask until they tell me no, and I'm going to just keep fighting for our program. Because when I came here, and I don't know if you were at our press conference, I said this place is a sleeping giant. And I think that we've done a pretty good job of tickling it to wake it up a little bit. And now we want to get over top with continuing to capitalize on the momentum that we have. And if we're able to do that, then I think that we'll be where we want to be next year.
Coach, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, guys. Go Cats.
Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Transcripts are provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly. Thank you all for joining us today.